investigation. This time, a varsity high school football program is suspended.
And Cheryl tracking storms that may break this record heat.
You can't put a price on safety. That's why every 2017 Toyota Corolla comes with lane departure alert, pre-collision system, dynamic radar cruise control, and automatic high beams, all at no extra charge. To get similar safety features in a Honda Civic, you'd have to pay $2,020 more. But Toyota Safety Sense comes standard on every 2017 Toyota Corolla. When it comes to safety, Toyota sets the standard. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Breaking now on Eyewitness News hazing investigation. A suburban school suspends its varsity football program.
The NFL players versus the president kneeling, then uniting during the anthem tonight.
This is a picture of Chicago cops sparks an investigation here.
The threat of rain and storms returns to the area tomorrow, and then a big cool down.
Shooting up next to iconic Chicago landmarks near tourists and steps from your neighborhood.
I've seen syringes everywhere.
Chuck Gowdy and the I-Team investigate Chicago 606 OD.
Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 10 starts right now.
Breaking news at Niles North High School, where a hazing investigation underway tonight. Officials there announced that the varsity football program has been suspended.
Eyewitness News reporter Eric Hong is following the late developments live in Skokie. Eric?
Alan and Kathy, we have few details tonight about the alleged incident that led school administrators to make this very significant decision to suspend the varsity football program less than 3 weeks before homecoming. But in a letter to parents, administrators said that the school has a zero-tolerance policy on hazing and bullying, and that they were made aware of a possible hazing incident involving the varsity football team. This statement reads, over the weekend, school officials took immediate action based on the reports received. The school immediately notified the Skokie Police Department. Because this is a matter under investigation, Niles North will suspend its varsity football operations until further notice. This announcement comes on the heels of criminal charges being filed against 5 Wheaton College football players in connection with an alleged hazing incident involving a teammate in 2016. That case putting the issue of hazing in school athletics in the national spotlight. As for this case, we have left messages for school officials here at Niles North and with the Skokie Police Department seeking more information, but have not heard back tonight. Live in Skokie, Eric Hong, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Eric, thank you. 2 Chicago cops facing discipline tonight after posing for a photograph that appears to support the NFL players' protests against police violence. In a photo on Instagram, the officers are seen kneeling with a Chicago area activist. CPD says those officers face a reprimand and a reminder of the department policies which forbid any political statements while in uniform. Now, before the national anthem on tonight's Monday Night Football broadcast, the Dallas Cowboys, including the owner, Jerry Jones, knelt to show solidarity with fellow athletes. The Cowboys and the Cardinals then locked arms during the anthem. Those actions coming after the president profanely called for the protesting players to be fired.
Now we're going to turn to our record heat that may trigger some storms tomorrow. We're in for a 7th straight day of temperatures in the 90s.
And then relief for those of you ready for it to finally feel like fall. Meteorologist Cheryl Scott tracking it all for us tonight. Hi, Cheryl.
By the end of the week, we're all going to be complaining it's a little too cold. Temps right now in the mid to upper 70s. It's still mild out there. The lakefront sitting at 83 degrees, and today another record. We reached a high of 92 degrees, beating the previous record of 90. 6th day in a row of record heat. About 12 to 24 hours more of this summer-like feel as we go into the day tomorrow. Won't be as warm as today, but flirting again with that 90-degree weather. This could be near or tying a record set back in 1998 of 90 degrees for the day tomorrow. Then as we head into Wednesday, our temperatures will dramatically drop. And with that, some showers and even some storms. Now, overnight, tomorrow morning, we are dry, but there you can see some rain beginning to get closer for tomorrow night. We'll have a track on this, what it means, and how cold it's going to get coming up. Kathy?
Okay, Cheryl. Breaking news in the healthcare showdown. It appears that a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare is on life support. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine says she's a no, making her the 3rd senator come out against this latest bill, which means that Republicans do not have enough votes to pass it. Protesters interrupted the start of today's hearings on the legislation. Almost 200 people today arrested.
President Trump's national security advisor, H.R. McMaster, says that the U.S. cannot discount the possibility of war with North Korea. Now, that comment came hours after North Korea's foreign minister accused President Trump of declaring war when he tweeted that North Korea, quote, won't be around much longer. The minister also said his country has the right to retaliate by shooting down U.S. bombers at any time. Now, the White House denied that the president declared war.
New at 10 tonight, the search for a carjacker who ripped off a woman at a South Loop gas station. It happened on Saturday in the 1200 block of South Wabash. Katerina Palavets says that she was cleaning her car when someone just jumped in. She says the man tried to push her out before speeding off.
I could feel like he tried to touch me, and I kind of freaked out, and he was going so fast that the whole door was fully open, my door, and I guess I was like, I just have to jump now or I'm gonna die, and I just jumped out.
Palavets was not hurt. She says she was moving back to Florida and had all of her belongings in that car.
Tonight, we're getting a new look at a deadly police chase that killed 2 people, one of them an off-duty police officer. Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability just releasing this video of the crash that happened back in June. Actually, it's so violent we are not showing you the moment of impact. Investigators say that Officer Taylor Clark was off-duty at the time when he slammed into several vehicles and crashed on the city's west side. A woman was also killed. The video shows police pursuing his vehicle with their lights on, and officers originally thought that it was a car involved in a carjacking because it was a similar description, but it is still unclear why Officer Clark did not stop.
A member of the elite Tuskegee Airmen has passed away. Milton Williams, Jr. flew nearly 40 missions during World War II. We interviewed him last year. His funeral coming up tomorrow. Williams was 94 years old.
We are Chicago proud of a suburban police officer tonight after her quick actions saved a man's life. Eyewitness News anchor Cheryl Burton's here now with that officer's big honor. Cheryl?
Alan, Diana Campbell tells us she was surprised by tonight's event at the Palos Park Village Hall. She says she was just doing what she was trained to do, but her community, her fellow officers, and the family of the man she has saved with crediting his life, well, it's so much more.
Officer Campbell, it's with a great deal of personal satisfaction, respect, and admiration that I offer you my hand and a plaque of the Lifesaver Award.
Officer Diana Campbell was first on the scene when 70-year-old Terry Wall collapsed back in July. He wasn't breathing and he had no pulse.
I've been trained in CPR. That's one of those skills where you hope you never have to use, but when you need it, you do it.
Tonight, Walls is under the weather, so his brother presented Campbell with a statue of the Good Samaritan to show his gratitude.
He's the father of 7 children and 14 grandchildren, and they're all very happy to have their dad and their papa alive today.
And many of those grandchildren have written thank you notes to Campbell. A few weeks ago, Terry Wall thanked her in person.
For him to come in gave me all the joy that makes my whole career worth it.
Absolutely, and Terry Wall could not be at tonight's event because he is recovering from both triple bypass surgery and the flu, but his brother telling us tonight that he is doing extremely well after that close call. And Kathleen Allen, the officer says that this was the first time she had ever performed CPR on duty while on the job. 20 years, but she said the all-important training kicked right in.
That's awesome.
Good.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. New here at 10 tonight, we're hearing from the man who won tonight's massive Morris VFW Queen of Hearts raffle. Kevin Repsol of LaSalle won the jackpot, worth a cool $1.5 million. Now, he wasn't there when his winning ticket was drawn tonight, but quickly got that call. He and his wife already have some plans for all that money.
Pay off all the bills, put some money away. No bills. House. My wife wants a new house. We've been saving for it. So now we'll just pay cash for a new house.
Yeah, they're going to get that house. The raffle had been postponed last month so that Morris City Council could legalize the game after it was discovered that it technically was illegal to gamble in the town.
Wow. A man on the run in a U-Haul truck hits a police car. Tonight, the search for the suspect next.
Plus, the suburban cop speaking out, accusing her department of discrimination while she was pregnant.
And a local med student who survived Hurricane Maria is sharing her terrifying experience.
I've seen syringes everywhere.
Shooting up next to iconic Chicago landmarks, near tourists and steps from your neighborhood.
It's heartbreaking.
The I-Team investigates Chicago's 606 OD. coming up next.
What does it mean to be a local? It's a title that's earned from years in the community. Getting involved, rolling up the sleeves and helping out. Friends, neighbors, family, the regulars. Around here, being a local is a pretty big deal. And with our doors open since 1899, Jewel Osco is about as local as it gets.
Car's ready?
Wrong car.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
You guys want to check it out?
It's someone else's car.
What is this?
It's the all-new Chevy Equinox.
This feels like a luxury SUV.
Your car's here.
Bummer.
Do we have to take that one back?
Wah, wah. Can I take this one home?
The all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox is everything you need to do everything you want. Qualified lessees can get this well-equipped Equinox LT for around $199 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I'm a retired RN. I've just completed raising 5 grandchildren. Kids should be kids. They shouldn't have to suffer from obesity or diabetes.
Sugared sodas are contributing to a health crisis.
The soda companies targeting our children. They know how much children love sweet drinks.
The soda pop tax will help reduce the amount of soda our kids are drinking, and the money will provide crucial funding for doctors, nurses, and health programs.
As a mother and a grandmother, I'm here to protect my children.
Our equipment cleans like no one else's, with no harmful residue left behind. And our cleaning solution meets rigorous EPA Safer Choice standards.
That's why I call.
Call or go online for our $99 special.
Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Getting a cancer diagnosis is difficult. Getting an appointment to discuss your treatment options shouldn't be. Meet with a CTCA cancer specialist in suburban Chicago in as little as 24 hours. Learn more at cancercenter.com/appointment.
I don't have time for cancer. I got stuff to do.
ABC7's Jose Sanders reveals his personal health battle, prostate cancer.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong with me.
The message for all men.
I waited too long.
Tuesday at 10 only on ABC7 Eyewitness News.
We have a breaking news update. The search for a U-Haul driver who led police on a chase in Summit actually started in Countryside, but ended with a crash on the Stevenson Expressway near Harlem. And after slamming into a squad car, the suspect jumped out of the truck and took off. Police say he was wanted for trying to steal from a store.
The Frankfort police officer suing the department for pregnancy discrimination is now talking about her case. Officer Jennifer Panatoni says that she was forced to take unpaid leave to protect her baby, and says not only was she denied non-patrol duty, but the department would not provide safety equipment that fit her while she was pregnant.
I could feel sitting in my squad car with my vest popped open and my bulletproof vest, you know, squeezing me and you know, the duty belt around my waist, and I could feel my son kicking against the duty belt underneath.
In a written statement, the Village of Frankfort maintains that it complied with state and federal law, and the village says it intends to defend against the allegations.
Tonight, our ABC7 I-Team investigates Chicago's 606 OD. Thousands of overdoses uncovered by the I-Team throughout our city. Lives on the line in every neighborhood of Chicago. Investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy is here with more.
Alan, Chicago's 606 OD, a city infamous for gun violence, opioid overdoses have now outpaced shootings in 2016. The overdoses found not just near well-known open-air drug markets, but near popular downtown tourist attractions. It's a deadly epidemic operating in plain sight, if you know where to look. The riverfront shooting gallery is hard to miss. In the shadow of the Willis Tower, thousands of discarded needles scattered on the riverbank like weeds. Tourist boats floating by.
I want you to look to the right.
Taking in the sights of this massive downtown needle pile. The river taxi, kayakers, even the Chicago police boat passing by what amounts to Camp Heroin.
Oh my God.
Jen Pecors couldn't believe the I-Team pictures of Chicago's riverfront needle hotspot. She says the habit she has since kicked ruined her life and nearly killed her.
I had a mortgage, a condo on Lakeshore Drive, good job downtown, you know, pretty much living the American dream. I just wanted to kind of dip my toes in the water, and the current just ripped me right under. It took 4 hits of Narcan to bring me back the last time. and the person who I had relapsed with after having about 10 months clean was dead right next to me.
The city's widespread overdose problem touches every neighborhood, according to Chicago Fire Department data uncovered by the I-Team. Chicago's grim total, 6,590 overdoses in 2016, nearly 18 a day, more than the number of shootings in the city. The worst intersection, Congress and Pulaski on Chicago's west side, 38 overdoses at this corner alone. The block radius around it saw the city's highest total, 90 ODs. But Chicago's opioid epidemic is not just ravaging the west side. 22 ODs at O'Hare, 13 at Midway, 1 outside Sox Park, and down the block from Wrigley's Marquee. 5 overdoses at Navy Pier, 6 along the Magnificent Mile. Around the world, State Street is known as that great street, and so it is with overdoses. Data obtained for 2016 by the I-Team shows there have been overdoses on every block of State Street between Congress Parkway and the Chicago River. 78 overdoses last year on this stretch of State Street that essentially cuts through the entire Chicago loop.
I've seen syringes everywhere. In my neighborhood, in Ukrainian Village, Humboldt Park, Lincoln Park.
Dan Big runs Chicago Recovery Alliance, a city-backed place for addicts to get clean needles. He took us to a West Side drug camp hidden by some train tracks. Great. Big silver van is stocked with thousands of clean needles, passing out clean injection supplies this day in North Lawndale, while watching apparent drug deals out the front windshield. 11 overdoses right here last year.
The opiate epidemic is as bad as it's ever been.
A problem so bad that addicts say Sharp's disposal containers are popping up in restrooms across the city, an upscale grocery store in Lakeview, even malls in the suburbs.
The person sitting next to you at work or on the L, person in your class, it doesn't really show up. There's no way to just look from the outside and say, yes, this is what an opiate addict looks like.
People really need to just open their eyes and take a look around, and they'll see that it's everywhere.
In response to our investigation, a statement late today from the mayor's office promises to soon add needle disposal boxes in strategic spots in Chicago and schedule weekly cleanups of targeted locations. The I-Team has put together a special 606 OD section on our website, including an interactive map of Chicago's overdose epidemic for your neighborhood. We wore steel-soled shoes to go into Camp Heroin.
What a sobering wake-up call.
Absolutely.
That volume was incredible.
Thank
Chuck,
you.
thanks. She was injured but survived Hurricane Maria on the island of Dominica. And tonight, the young medical student is back home in Volo in Lake County. Janelle Berger was hit by a ceiling that collapsed in that storm.
I got hit by the one 2x2 a little bit, and then as we were walking out, I was the last one to walk out, and the ceiling came down on my shoulder.
Berger being treated for a broken collarbone as well as a severe sunburn.
Well, let's get a check on that weather forecast. Now, here we are 3 days into autumn, and it still feels like summer out there, Cheryl.
Oh, it sure does. If you're enjoying it, bottle it up, because fall weather and temps below average are right around the corner. Here's where we sit right now for this time of the evening. It is very mild, still in the mid to upper 70s. The lakefront sitting at 80 degrees. And today, another record. We reached a high of 92 degrees. This is the 6th day in a row of record heat. And this is impressive. The previous record, 90, set back in 1933, and the average high should be right around 71 degrees. This all started last week, Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, those temps in the 90s. Saturday, the hottest day here of this stretch, and literally the hottest day of the season, tied for a day back in June. So this is the longest streak of 90-degree weather that we've seen this late in the season, and we could go for one more day, 7 in a row if we hit 90 degrees tomorrow. We will be close. We'll be flirting with that 90, and the record for tomorrow is 90, set all the way back in 1998. So we have that for tomorrow, and then by Wednesday, that's our transition. Everything starts to change and drop, and our highs will only be in the mid-70s. Here you can see the mild conditions all across the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, the Mid-Atlantic, the eastern half of the country really seeing this extreme heat. And then that sharp contrast back to the north and west where we have 40s and 50s. This is all associated with a front with some rain included that is heading in our direction. So again, 24 more hours of mild conditions before it all starts to drop out behind the rain chances tomorrow. No worries for the rain tonight or heading out the door. We are quiet as we head into the afternoon tomorrow. A few increasing clouds, but it's still going to be very hot and muggy. Winds out of the south and west here. And then after 5 o'clock, there you can see the showers moving on in. Not a whole lot of energy associated with this front. So scattered showers in an isolated storm tomorrow after 6 o'clock. This is not going to be a big rain deal for us. Overnight Tuesday and into early Wednesday, a few showers hold on. This front pushes through, and then as you head out the door Wednesday morning, we'll have gradual clearing skies, winds out of the north and west, and put into your forecast, have that jacket or sweater handy on Wednesday because it's going to be much cooler than it has been. Hurricane Maria also continuing to churn here out in the Atlantic. That center staying offshore. Thankfully, we are still at Category 1 strength, winds sustained at about 80 miles per hour. But you can see the outer bands of this impacting the coast here of the Carolinas, located just to the south and east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina right now. This is moving north at 7 miles per hour, but on the latest track, notice it continues to push north, getting a little bit closer to the coast, and then turns back out to sea late tomorrow and into Wednesday. And by Thursday, pushing far enough out that not really an issue for the East Coast, the mainland anymore, thankfully. So here at home tonight, our temps near 70, partly cloudy, mild. We are dry. Tomorrow, another scorcher, highs near 90, mostly sunny skies, an isolated shower or storm threat late. Early Wednesday, a sprinkle, and then those cooler temps with some sunshine as we head into the second full weekend of the fall season, and it sure will feel like it.
All right.
Yep. Thanks, Cheryl.
Yes.
Still to come here, a sketch that the FBI wants you to see, a man who may be linked to a pipe bomb explosion.
And a new warning about taking a daily dose of aspirin.
Here's today's Wisconsin fall color conditions. For the full fall color report, visit travelwisconsin.com.
The I-Team investigates only on ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Go!
Apple CarPlay. Four distinct drive modes. Test drive one at your Acura dealer today. This is the new 2018 Acura TLX.
Yeah. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
T-Mobile's Unlimited now includes Netflix on Us. That's right, Netflix on Us. Get 4 unlimited lines for just $40 each. Taxes and fees included. And now, Netflix included. So go ahead, binge on Us. Woo! Another reason why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network.
You all are one of the best damn crews I've ever seen. The SEAL Team 6 of firefighters.
We saved all that.
What is that?
Fire's making a run toward our hometown.
Y'all are heroes.
Let's kick it off max level.
Bye. Bye. Want a piece of me? Come and get it.
Only the Brave, the story of the Granite Mountain Hotshots. Only in theaters. Rated PG-13.
Because everyone likes easy.
Sure do.
Because everyone is on the go. Because we all like to save energy, but sometimes we slip up.
Reaching up.
Because sometimes we want it cool at night, then toasty in the mornings. Introducing the easy-to-use, energy-saving, adjustable from everywhere, easy on the wallet and the eyes, Nest Thermostat E. E is for everyone.
The FBI wants you to see a sketch of a person of interest in a pipe bomb explosion at the East Chicago Post Office. One worker was injured in the September 6th blast, and anyone with information is being asked to call the FBI.
Target employees are getting a raise. Starting next month, the retailer is increasing its minimum wage from $10 to $11 an hour, and the company is pledging to increase it to $15 an hour by the end of 2020.
Warning now for some people about aspirin and heart disease. A new study shows that patients who took a low-dose aspirin daily for at least a year will increase their risk of heart disease if they stop on their own. You're told to ask your doctor first.
The United States Marine Corps welcoming its first ever female infantry officer. She completed the grueling 13-week infantry officer training course. The officer does not want to be publicly identified.
Sports coming up next. Mark's here with a look ahead.
All right, the Cubs are about to eliminate the Cardinals and stand poised to clinch now as Addison Russell makes a St. Louis fan an instant celebrity. Stay with us.
The outdoor experience. Even better when you're outdoors. So get out more with available fully active all-wheel drive in the Kia Sorento and Sportage. Both earned IIHS Top Safety Pick Awards. And the Kia Sorento was ranked highest in its segment in initial quality by J.D. Power. Discover the new Kia. Get up to $4,500 total cash on a new 2017 Sorento.
First, it was the love of your life. Then, the promotion you deserved. The daughter you planned for. And the son you didn't. Now you're ready for a new home. So how do you properly protect all this? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
Nice outfit. When I grow up, I'm going to Mars.
We're working on that.
Some people know how far they want to go. A personalized financial strategy can help you get them there. See how access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The sun burns at approximately 5,500 degrees Kelvin. The same color temperature as the pioneering Audi LED technology, helping bring you daylight even after twilight. Progress is turning night into day. LED technology found in the Audi A4. Get an exceptional offer at your local Audi dealer.
Sports on ABC 7 is brought to you by Jeep. Hurry in for great deals during the Jeep Celebration event. It only happens once a year.
So there are a couple of ways the Cubs could clinch tomorrow.
Well, it's all good news. It's going to happen. Big John goes 6 innings tonight, so he looks like he's fine. Here we go. Well, John Lester and the Cubs are indeed about to put the Redbirds out of their misery and now look to clinch down in the Show Me State tomorrow. Hey, let me beer you. Is that Harry or Foster Brooks? First inning, bases loaded. Addison Russell sprays a double to the right corner. That scores Chris Bryant, followed by Anthony Rizzo. And then Ben Zobrist, all the way from first, comes sliding in safely. It's 3-0. Second inning, Bryant solo shot out to left. You just can't get this guy out now. Number 29 makes it 5-0. In the third, Javi Baez jacks out a 3-run blast to left. His 23rd of the season. Cubs are rolling 10-2. It's a final right now. Sox and Angels, you scream, I scream on an 85-degree night. First inning, Nicky Delmonico with a double to right center, kicking it off the wall, scores Tim Anderson, and Matt Davidson followed him. Sox win it, the final 4-2. Well, the Bears now have to leap right into Lambeau on Thursday night, and we assume Mike Lennon will still be the quarterback.
I think, we're not going to announce our starting lineup, probably till pretty close to game time, but I think that would probably be a fairly proper assessment.
Win or loss, you're still going to have things that you need to get corrected. There's still things that needs to be said. There's issues that need to be addressed. The only thing that changes is we get a number in the left column there as opposed to the right, and that's always a good thing.
Yes, it is. Cowboys lead the Cardinals right now. The rebuilding Bulls held their New Look Media Day today. And, of course, Larry Markin is the guy they want to build around. Denzel Valentine will be looking for more minutes. And hopefully Bobby Portis will keep working on his agility. But Pax knows this year there are going to be plenty of awkward moments like that.
We understand better than anyone what we are about to embark on. And that's why I keep saying that the most important thing for us is the culture we have in this building. And it's very hard to define sometimes, but you know it when you see it, when it's positive, and it's positive right now.
right now. Blackhawks in Boston, rough tune-up for Corey Crawford, who gave up 3 quick goals. And then on the delayed penalty here, Cody Franzen goes to Eric Gustafsson, and Brandon Saad is there to put it back in, his 4th of the preseason, but the Hawks lose 4-2. And finally, let's go back to that Cub game. This is a line shot foul. Russell goes right into the stands chasing it, and what a mess. In the process, he splatters some guy's nachos all over the yard. And then he's got cheese dripping off his own hand. Yeah. Next inning, Addie brings that Cardinal fan a nice new tray of fresh chips and goo. See, still the friendliest rivalry in sports. The guy is a social media star now.
What a guy. What a guy.
Well, if he really cared, he'd give him a kale salad and a gym membership. But
Thank you, Mark. Baseball's big now, but in a couple of months, Chicago's going to be the center of a global axe-throwing showdown.
First, Jimmy Kimmel, what's next?
Thanks, Kathy and Alan. We made a new show tonight, and it has mean tweets in it.
At Real Donald Trump writes, just tried watching Saturday Night Live. Unwatchable. Totally biased, not funny, and the Baldwin impersonation just can't get any worse. Sad.
Lane departure alert comes standard on the 2017 Toyota Highlander. Tested, trusted Toyota. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
You know us for carpet cleaning. Stanley Steamer also cleans air ducts for a cleaner, healthier home. Call now about our air duct cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Hey, do you like this one? It's shiny, isn't it?
Shiny's not gonna do it. Let's talk safety.
Well, Elantra has lane departure warning.
I'm listening.
And blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert.
I like it. As a new big brother, I approve.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
Well, why don't we find someone to entertain your parents and we'll talk finances.
Now, for a limited time, lease the Elantra for $129 a month or get up to $37.50 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Once upon a time, a microbiologist named Dr. Shirota shared his discovery with the world. It was a unique strain of probiotic bacteria named Lactobacillus casei Shirota, which he used to create Yakult in support of good health. Now, millions of families from east to west help balance their digestive systems with Yakult every day. Here's to you, Dr. Shirota.
Lane departure alert comes standard on the 2017 Toyota Highlander. Tested, trusted Toyota. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
Here's a sport you might want to take up. Axe throwing. Chicago's going to host the World Axe Throwing Championships later on this year, and just throwers from at least 3 continents will be competing. This is, 2 at a time. That comes up in December. The winner gets $3,500 and, of course, the worldwide bragging rights, and you would not want to argue with that person. You'll see much more of this story on our website and on our news app as well.
It's kind of like fun. That's it for us. Jimmy Kimmel coming up next.
Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
What happens to the loser?
Luna is the proud sponsor of Closed Captioning.